Good evening and welcome along to this presentation for BTEC Level 2 Business in Years 10 and 11. I'm Eddie Reynolds, Head of Business and Economics at Seaford. So, first question that people always ask is, why should you choose business as one of your options going into the start of Year 10? Well, what we always say with business is it's a subject that fits in with absolutely any other subject that you could be studying. It's a subject, it's all about real life, it's all about current affairs, it's all about not just learning and developing some knowledge, but developing some real skills and ideas that will serve you well into just about any future that you could get to think about, whether you're talking about going on to college, university, anything like that, or any kind of future career pathway that you may be thinking about. It's a practical course in many ways. It's not just classroom based. We do expect students to do some research into outside businesses, to go away and speak to people, find out as much information as possible. We do find at Seaford a lot of students are very interested in starting their own business in the future. Indeed, even within the school, we have some young entrepreneurs who already run their own little businesses. And by studying it at this level, you'll start to really get an appreciation of the ideas, the techniques, the skills that you'll need to make it in the business world. Sorts of subjects that often go alongside it quite well in terms of other option choices are some of the more hands-on practical subjects such as design technology or ICT. But as I said earlier, business does fit in with absolutely anything else that you care to think about. The content of the course is up on the screen now. Over the course of the 2 years through Year 10 and Year 11, you study a total of 4 units. The course is directly equivalent to one GCSE, and those 4 units are in the order that we see them on the screen there. You study 2 in each year, so units 1 and 2 during Year 10, and then in Year 13, so not Year 13, Year 11, you move on to study units 3 and 4. One thing that is very, very important to understand when you're studying business is that every topic can relate to just about every other topic in some way. So things that you studied early on in the course, you'll use again and again and again the further you go through. So if, for example, you think about Unit 3 on the screen there, Enterprise in the Business World, which is something you'll start right at the end of Year 10 and then work on through the first half of Year 11. That's all about coming up with a small business idea, sort of thing that people of the sort of age that you're going to be could easily go away and start up. And to help you understand the things you'll need for that, you'll really be able to use all the information from units 1 and 2, which you will have studied the previous year. Assessment of the course is a little bit different to most of the option choices that you're thinking about at the present time. The course is mainly coursework. As you can see, 75% of the final grade and the assessment is based on coursework, and 25% is based on the exam. The exam is Unit 2, Units 1, 3 and 4 are the coursework units. Each one of those coursework units is split up into 3 assignments, so it fits very nicely with the academic year that you'll basically be doing 1 assignment each half term. The Unit 2 exam is taken right at the end of Year 10, and then you do have an opportunity to retake that exam once, which we can arrange at some stage during Year 11. It's not an exam that has to be taken at a fixed time, unlike the GCSEs that you'll be sitting at the end of Year 11, which are obviously all on fixed dates. The exam that we do on this course is an on-demand online exam that you carry out using the school computer rooms, and we can arrange that for whenever it best suits us. So the plan at the moment will be to take it towards the end of Year 10, and then depending on how people have performed, we would offer 1 retake, which we would probably do in the autumn of Year 11. In terms of the grades are a bit different on BTEC courses to how they are calculated for GCSEs, where you've got the 9 to 1 scale. On a BTEC course like this, there's 5 grades, working our way down from the top: distinction star, distinction, merit, pass, and then a level 1 at the bottom. They're approximately equal to about 8.5, 7, 5.5, 4 and 2, but the grading is slightly complicated, so I won't dwell too much on that. We can always provide a lot more information nearer the time. In terms of managing your workload, obviously where we've got coursework assignments, they have to be handed in, you have to meet deadlines on those. Part of the rules that BTEC have are that you are allowed to resubmit each coursework assignment once. So you submit it, we tell you which areas you can improve upon, and then you get a short period of time when you are allowed to do a resubmission of that to get the final grade for that assignment. You may also, as we said earlier, retake the exam once, and in each case it is the highest mark that counts. To complete the qualification at the end, you must have passed all 4 units. The expectations of students are very much that you will think about business in the real world. It's brilliant if students taking this have access to some real life information about businesses. I know a lot of parents at Seaford are people who are entrepreneurs who run their own business. Ideal kind of things that students can talk to you about in many cases. That's absolutely brilliant. But apart from that, we expect students to go and do other kinds of research, much more than just Googling things, of course, but internet for research is obviously a key tool that you need to learn how to use and use effectively. As we said, there are all of the coursework deadlines. There's 9 pieces of coursework across the 2 years. So being organised, getting into a situation where you're in control of your work, working towards deadlines is a very, very important principle, and it's a brilliant skill to develop as you move forward, particularly looking forward to the sixth form in the future. We want some creative ideas. One of the best things about teaching business is the idea that there is not always one right and wrong answer to any question. Because business is out there in the big world, we want you to have an interest in current affairs. I want students to come into my classrooms asking me what's going on, why is this happening, what's going to be the effect on businesses. Absolutely brilliant. We want that kind of thing. You need good solid written skills and you need good solid basic math skills. I've put arithmetic on there. What we're talking about basically is you've got to be really fluent with your decimals, your percentages, your basic formulas and calculations, and reading information off a graph. Doesn't need to be top level maths, top set. It just needs to be good, solid numeracy skills. In terms of the future, the majority of students who go into year 11 at Seaford do stay on into our sixth form, and plenty of others do head off to other sixth forms elsewhere, sixth form colleges and places like that. Obviously not all students will do that, but the main thing we always want to get across with business, as I said at the start, is that it's a subject about the real world. It's a subject about developing skills that are going to serve you in the future. In the sixth form at Seaford, we do have 3 business-related courses. We have A-level business, BTEC level 3 business, and A-level economics. And as a general principle, pretty much every year we have approximately 40 to 50% of year 12 do one or other of those subjects. And that means we are the biggest part of the sixth form. It's great that a lot of people do want to do them because it does show we're developing, hopefully, the entrepreneurs of the future. As I said, that's the basic reason that we love business. It's all about things going forward, your future, because it doesn't matter whether you're a self-employed entrepreneur working for themselves or working for a massive multinational corporation, you're still going to be working for a business organisation in some way. So that's a quick brief introduction to business at level 2. Final thing on there is my email address, ereynolds@seaford.org if you've got any further queries, and I'll be on Zoom later on if you do want to have a chat about any particular issues. Contact us anytime. Thank you very much for listening.